Thanks. Right, so hitching up then, it's pretty much the same as hitching up to a car. The one thing I'd say, health and safety, is that you use the jack to lift the tow bar up and down off the hitch of the tractor. Don't lean over it and try and lift it, because you'll do permanent damage to your back, and there's no need. You know, the trolley wheel will go up and down like this, so you should be able, once you get it centered over the bolt hitch, you should be able to lower it down or raise it up if you're unhitching it as well.
Pop up and hitch in the boot?
No, this one shouldn't. No. No, there's a fair bit of weight. There's a lot of weight. The axle is well back on the trailer, so there's a lot of bolt weight on the front, if you like. So it's quite heavy, the front of the trailer, which is good from a towing point of view, but it also means don't try and lift that with your back, especially with your back bent, because you just slip a disc or something, it'll be really painful. So we can pull it forward. It moves quite easily if it's on background. So just kind of get it like this. It just needs to go up a shade here. It's down a little bit too low. So just twist the thing until it's, you know, just like an inch or a half an inch above the ball hitch. You can move it so that it gets kind of centered over it, and then just drop it down.
Chain go on first or afterwards?
Yeah,
You can't.
good point. Yeah, I was going to say that. This one has the chain. Yeah, the other, I think the other boat, unless it's changed, had the cable, which is a clip. But the chain, yes, you're right on this one. The safety chain, go onto the hitch like that first, and then you can drop the trailer hitch down over it. The safety chain is really, really important. I think on the other trailer, if I remember correctly, it has a wire rope instead, with a hitch that you can just clip on to a solid piece of the trailer. It's really, really important. So I'll just take once the jockey wheel is clear of the ground, there's another lever here that you can just slacken off and pull the jockey wheel right up, and then clamp it there. The reason, if you leave it down close to the ground, it will actually catch the ground. If you go over a bump, or you know where the slipway starts to turn downwards, it'll actually get caught and you get damaged. So just jockey wheel should be completely up, away as far away from the ground as possible. The safety chain or safety cable, whichever, that's really important, because if the hitch for some reason is not hitched on and locked properly, and it should be, because it automatically goes down into a locking position. So it should be locked, but if for some reason it doesn't lock properly, once it's possible it can become unhitched when you're on the tractor when you're driving, or possibly when you start reversing. As soon as when you reverse to the top of the slipway, as soon as the boat starts to go down, the front of the trailer would naturally start to rise as the back of the trailer goes down. It'll become unhitched. And if the safety chain isn't there, the boat will just take off on its own. It'll leave the tractor behind, and it'll speed down the slipway, and it'll either collide with someone or run over somebody or do damage to property. Either way, it's going to be a dangerous situation with a big heavy boat running out of control. So the safety chain will make sure that the trailer always stays attached to the tractor, so it can't get away, if you like. The one other thing you want to check just before you leave the yard is that the boat itself is securely fastened here in front. So there should be two fastenings, if you like. One is the winch strap, but then it should also be secured well with the rope as well, either with the painter or if there's a separate rope coming from the trailer. Once again, it's kind of both of them need to be there, because you know, in case if something happened to the winch, if the winch wasn't locked or if the winch strap was to snap. And again, once you start going down, reversing down the slipway all the way to the boat, and the boat is on rollers, remember, all the way to the boat is caught by whatever is here in front. So if it's only the winch, if the winch strap had got damaged or something in the past, if it was to part, the boat would run off the trailer and speed down, and it would obviously do a lot of damage probably to itself and to the engine, but there could be somebody standing behind as well, and it could do a lot of damage to them. So just make sure that the boat is really well secured so that you can't roll back, because there's nothing else holding it except what's hitched on here front into that eye there in front of the boat. So that's really all you've got to do if you're from a safety point of view before you leave here. First, things like fuel, so get a fuel tank. Just make sure then that all of the safety parts are on the boat. You've got the isolator and the kill switch safety cord there. Make sure that the engine is fully raised off the ground. It's possible that somebody may have left it down a little bit. Again, if the engine is too low, it'll impact the ground somewhere on your journey, which can do a lot of damage. There is a switch here on the side of the boat as well, an electric switch, which you can use to raise and lower it, but the isolator has got to be on first.